Welcome to the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament, the 51st Christmas Tournament. I'm Bill Hampton along with Ed Gargis. Ed Gargis, the Regional Manager for New Wave Communications. He'll be helping me call this first game of the third day of the tournament. This is the semifinals of the consolation bracket. The Richland Rebels, the Van Buren Bulldogs come in. And Ed, this could be a very, very good game.
I think it's going to be, like you said, it's always that possibility of this time of the year and 3 days into a tournament, guys this age, who's going to show up. But both teams have showed a lot of promise. They obviously wouldn't be here if they hadn't. And big wins yesterday. And so I'm looking forward to an exciting matchup.
Well, I was talking to Paul Lynch, the coach of Van Buren Bulldogs, and he's had a couple guys quit him after the first night here at the tournament, and one of them was a starter. His big guy, Jack Heiberg, who is 6'4", senior, wears number 33. They've taped his ankle very heavily. He has not gone out and done any warm-ups at all. Coach does not think he will be playing today, and if that's the case, Van Buren's really got an uphill battle.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But as he's been saying, you know, they're good at the charity stripe, and they're well-disciplined, and they'll give him everything they got on the court. And so hustle can overcome a little bit.
Well, let's talk about how both of these teams got here. Richland Rebels started off as the 8th seed of the tournament. They played Portageville. Portageville beat them very close game, 53-50. So then Richland played East Carter in the first game of the consolation bracket side. They had no trouble yesterday with East Carter winning 64-28. Van Buren Bulldogs were seeded 13th. They gave Bloomfield all they want. They were ahead of Bloomfield. Bloomfield went on a 15-2 run, pulled that game out, and they won by 10 over Van Buren, 67-57. Van Buren then played a very heavily favored Dexter team and beat them 68-56. So Van Buren advanced out. They will play Richland. The winner will play in the first game on championship night at 4 o'clock. They will play the winner of the Twin Rivers Kennett game, and that game will be a barn burner, I will assure you.
Yes, it will.
And then other games tonight, Hayti against Puxico and Doniphan against Malden. We expect some real fine basketball. Well, Ed, we're going to take a quick break. Tell all of our viewers that you're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV. Well, welcome back. We want to tell you tonight's game brought to you in part by Allen Christian Motors, A-Plus Medical Equipment, Three Rivers Community College, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Historic Downtown Dexter, Welch, Todd, and Parker, Attorneys in Malden, and Glenn Sane, Rector, Kennett, and Paragould. Getting ready for the starting lineups. Van Buren Bulldogs, coached by Paul Lynch. Ian Newberry, a 5'7" sophomore. Number 15, Brandon Tucker, a 6-foot senior. Tyler Freeze, a 5'9" junior. Sam Simmons, a 6-foot junior. And Kyle Burke, a 5'11" junior. Go with a very young team. For the Richland Rebels, they're coached by Casey Knight, assisted by Michael Gleason. Number 10, Mikey Latham, he's a 5'11" sophomore. Number 20, a 6'2" senior, Landon Miller. Number 22, a 6'1" sophomore, Drew Thornton. Number 30, a 6'2" junior, Jeremy McGarity. And number 32, a 5'10" sophomore, Mac Thornton. Referees tonight, Jay Cookson, Randy Winston, and Rich Payne.
Sure, Coach Knight's got big expectations from Drew Thornton tonight. Noticed last year he was an an all-tournament team selectee as a freshman. Yes. So, young guy, big shoulders, big shoes. So,
well, he gets in the flow of the game. He handles the ball so well to be a postman because he has to play post on a small team like this.
Yes, sir.
But he does a very good job at that. He always squares up, shoots the ball well. has a great presence where he is. Drew Thornton will jump for the Richland Rebels. Jumping for Van Buren will be Sam Simmons. Jay Cookson ready to throw things up. Sit back and enjoy high school basketball on your hometown channel, White Sea. Ball controlled, tipped back to
Mac Thornton.
Mac Thornton. I'll tell you what, my voice may leave me a little bit today. Latham for a quick three, he scores it. Good. Mikey Latham is a good outside shooter. He's a left-hander, got a very, very soft touch. Van Buren breaks the press very easily. Nice shot there by Brandon Tucker from about 12. He scores the first two. This game's off and running. 7.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Richland on top, 3-2.
Tucker had a great game yesterday. I'm sure he's got high expectations for himself again today.
Mikey Latham with a shot, would not go. And tying up the ball that time for the Richland Rebels, Jeremy McGarity got in there and did a good job to tie it up, but on alternate possession, the ball goes over to the Van Buren Bulldogs. Ian Newberry, a gutsy ball player, had a great game yesterday. Didn't score very much, but he handled the press so well. Does a lot of things well. Nice pass in there that time by Tucker, and Burke couldn't handle it, or Simmons couldn't handle it off his fingertips. Van Buren in a 2-2-1 zone press. Mac Thornton with the ball, gives it to Latham, to Drew Thornton, and then to McGarity. Back to Thornton. Latham down in the corner to, I'll put it this way. Drew Thornton put up the shot, couldn't get it to go, and that's unusual for him in there, isn't it?
That close to the basket, yes. It is.
Burke with the shot, wouldn't go, rebounded by Simmons. He put it up, would not go. Coming away with it, Mac Thornton has it for Richland. 3-2, 6:20 to go. Both teams scored in the first 30 seconds. They've been silent ever since. Mikey Latham with the ball. Gives it to McGarity. Out front to Drew Miller off his fingertips. McGarity threw the ball away. Unforced error that time. 6:07 to go, first period. Expect a big crowd today.
For the Richland Rebels, they always bring a good crowd with them.
And it's the first game of the afternoon. Oh, a nice drive in there by Newberry. Couldn't get it to go, but out front it is. Wow. He buries a three as Tyler Freeze puts Van Buren on top, 5-3. Inbounded to Drew Thornton, given to Latham. Latham back to Thornton. Over to Mac Thornton. You've got Drew and Mac. Mac wears 32, Drew 22. McGarity in the corner. Skips it over to and taken away by Newberry.
Whoops.
And we're going to have our first foul of the game. It's going to be on Mikey Thornton as he tripped Ian Newberry. Now, Newberry is a great ball handler. I was very impressed the way he was under a lot of pressure all day yesterday. And he just did a wonderful job handling the ball.
3-point.
Who knocked out?
Kyle Burke.
Kyle Burke. I'll tell you what. Van Buren up 8-3. Back-to-back threes by the Van Buren team. Latham with the shot, wouldn't go. Thornton the rebound, put it up, and it will not go. That's Landon Miller. Landon Miller put up a shot, would not go.
Foul there on Brandon Tucker, it looks like.
His first, team's first. Thornton to the line to shoot two.
It was Drew Thornton that put up that shot. You're right the first time.
First free throw, no good. Daisy in for Newberry for the Bulldogs. Second one with Thornton, short. Rebounded that time by Simmons of Van Buren. Quickly gives the ball to Freeze in the front court, down to Tucker. Tucker in the corner for three. Will not go, but getting the rebound is Simmons. Van Buren's just hustling now. They want this game. Over to Tucker. He's going to put up another three. Will not go. Rebounded by Drew Thornton. Thornton gives it to Latham. Latham quickly out to McGarity. They pull it up. Ball skipped over to Mac Thornton. Van Buren in a 2-3 zone, but they're bringing that zone out a little bit. A nice inlet pass to Thornton, but he had to bring the ball down. He's tied up by Simmons. The ball will stay with Van Buren on alternate possession. We've got a timeout on the floor with 4:33 to go in the first quarter. It's Van Buren 8. Richland Rebels 3. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on White Sea TV. How are you doing today?
Doing great and wonderful.
Hello and welcome to What's Cooking in Our House.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Hometown Shorts.
Todd, welcome to the show.
Bill, thank you very much.
Year, so or this game tournament, so I'm not.
With a former All-State basketball player and a current school board member, the law firm of Welch, Todd & Parker supports high school athletics. Our firm is involved in all areas of the law, and your first consultation is free. The firm is comprised of attorneys John Welch, Darren Todd, and Cameron Bunning Parker, along with 4 staff members ready to serve you. Welch, Todd & Parker is located at 100 West Main in Malden. Come by or call us at 573-276-2261 for any of your legal needs.
Well, Ed, we've started off real quick. 3-2, just bang, 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 and then all of a sudden we had a lull, and ever since that lull, Van Buren has been very aggressive.
Yes, they have. Yes.
Van Buren's not afraid to put that 3 up.
They got some guys that can knock it down, and but they respond well to it. You see them getting after the ball on the rebounds, and so Coach Lynch can't be too upset with that.
Latham to inbound for the Rebels. Gets the ball out to Thornton, to McGarity. Skips it over, and Daisy with a touch. And then the ball went to Freeze, and Freeze tried to hit Daisy on the fly, and just a little too hard for him to handle. Richland breaks the press. Gives it to McGarity. Down to Latham, to McGarity. A 3 for Mikey Latham will not go. Daisy with a rebound for the Bulldogs. Gives it to Freeze. Freeze to Tucker. Tucker, he likes to get out to that 3, get set up, doesn't he? He drives in. He's going to be fouled. Brandon Tucker, a 6-foot senior, and I'll tell you what, he is a player. He plays very hard. Every one of these young guys hustle so well for Van Buren.
But when I'm sure the viewers at home are going to see it. Brandon, he just has that intensity about his hustle as well.
He does.
Sitting up here watching him thinking of the other 9 guys on the court, that's not the one I'd want in front of me all the time.
John McGarity in for his brother, Jeremy. They're twins. Tucker's second free throw up. Will not go. Rebounded to the Van Buren Bulldogs. And Tucker in to get that rebound. Kennedy got a rebound, put it up. Wouldn't go. Daisy with the rebound, puts it up. It will go. Tucker with a tip up, but they're going to call him on the back. Tucker with his second foul. 9-3, 3:45 to go in this first game. Being played on Thursday or Friday afternoon. Yes. One more. This is the third of the 4 nights of the Bloomfield tournament. Latham with the ball gets it to McGarity. McGarity back to Latham. Or to Landon Miller. Landon's he's going to have a talk with me after the game, I can tell you. Latham to Miller. A pass in to Drew Thornton, knocked out of bounds by Van Buren. Nick Black coming into the game for Van Buren. Going out is
Brandon Tucker.
Also coming in for Van Buren, coming back into the game is Sam Simmons, and going out is Kyle Burke. Thornton in the corner, gives inside to McGarity, and he's going to have a charge, a push off that time. Now look who the defensive man was under the bucket.
Absolutely.
Ian Newberry, shortest guy on the court. That's John McGarity's first foul, team's third. 3:05 to go in this first quarter. Black with the ball, gets it down to Kennedy. Kennedy back to Black to Daisy. Daisy skips it over to Newberry for three, will not go. Drew Thornton with the rebound, gives it to Latham, skips it over to Mac Thornton. Drew Thornton with the ball, gets it to Mac. Mac on the backboard, scores it.
Great execution.
That stopped a very long drought for the Richland Rebels. 9-5, 2:35 to go. Daisy to Simmons, ball stripped out of his hands. Good defensive play by the Rebels. 9-5. Latham for three. Will not go. Rebounded by Newberry. Looks down the floor, decides to take it down himself. Nice bounce pass in to Black, and he's going to be fouled. Going to the line to shoot two will be Nick Black. He's a 5'10 senior. He's a lefty. Foul that time on John McGarity, his second. Team's fourth. First free throw is up. Wick scores it. Coming back into the game for Van Buren is Tucker, Burke, and who? And Freeze.
Tucker stayed out.
He's going to come in for the shooter.
Okay.
And he'll come in
There
now.
he comes.
Nick Black cans both those free throws. Puts Van Buren up 11-5 with 2:12 to go in the first period of play. Nick Harris in for the first time for Richland. Mac Thornton has it, gives it to Latham. Down in the corner to Drew Thornton. Thornton with a turnaround shot.
Nice
Scores
shot.
it. Nice move.
Yes, it was.
Drew Thornton with his first 2 points of the game. Skip pass over to Tucker in the corner. He drives in. Stop, puts up an 8-footer off the backboard. Won't go. Drew Thornton with a high up, but ball off his hands out of bounds. Van Buren will control under their basket. Daisy out to Tucker. Tucker down to Freeze. To Daisy. Richland in that 2-3 zone. Both teams playing a 2-3. Ed. Freeze for three. Will not go. Daisy with a save. Gets it Tucker. Tucker, he tried to hit Burke with a pass. And on Burke's hands, out of bounds.
Yeah.
Turned over to the Richland Rebels. Richland with the ball, working against the press. Kind of a 2-2-1 zone press. Not a lot of pressure. They're just trying to slow the game down or speed it up, whichever one they want. Latham with a nice little jump shot. Will not go. Ball rebounded on the floor by Freeze. 1:05 to go in this first period. Freeze is going to be fouled by Mac Thornton. His first, team's fifth. With 1:05 to go, 11-7. Van Buren on top. Jeremy McGarity in for Mikey Latham. Daisy to inbounds, a nice bounce pass into Simmons, can't get it to go. Rebounded by the Rebels. Under a minute in this first period. Both teams feeling each other out. Harris down in the corner from inside to three. Will not go. Latham with the rebound, gives it to McGarity. To Mac Thornton, out to McGarity. Harris inside. Tried to hit Thornton with the ball. It went off his hands. We got I think a 3-second call in the lane. .39 seconds to go.
Got Tyler Freeze there with the ball, setting up the play.
Oh, nice pass out to Freeze that time by Burke. Couldn't get it to go. Richland with the rebound. Quickly down to McGarity. Back to Thornton. To McGarity in the corner. Dribbling around, Daisy's on him. I tell you, I'm very impressed with that 2-3 zone that Van Buren's playing. They come out on you, and yet they can fall back very quick. Drew Thornton working inside, puts it up, will not go. Rebound by Tucker.
Paul Tucker.
We're down to 2 seconds. One, he puts up one at the horn, does not go, and had a chance in the first quarter. It's the Van Buren Bulldogs 11, the Richland Rebels 7. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
Well, everybody's got the same vehicles to sell. All we have to sell is service and reputation.
You seem to want to treat the customer the way you want to be treated.
They're going to be treated good. They're going to get good service. Going to get a good vehicle.
Taking care of the people after the sale. We feel like we're absolutely the best.
It's all a family, customers and the people who work here.
We have a good reputation with a lot of good people.
I only have Allen, Christian, and Dexter.
Come and experience how fun shopping can be in beautiful, historic downtown Dexter.
Visit or call Wallace & Owens Country Mart Bakery for all your special occasions. Steaks, chops, hams, and seafoods are just a few specialties you will find at Wallace & Owens Country Mart.
Morgan Furniture and Appliance has name brands such as Justice, Ashley, Cochran, Best Chair, Sealy, Whirlpool, and KitchenAid. That's Morgan Furniture and Appliance in downtown Dexter.
The Bunny Patch has formal wear for all occasions. Looking for prom, pageant, and bridal accessories, including shoes and jewelry? Shop the Bunny Patch, where you can also get tuxedo rentals.
A-Plus Medical Equipment of Dexter has the answers for you. Oxygen patients, are you unhappy with your service? There's no cost to switch, and generally, no doctor visit is required. Home delivery, friendly staff, and high-quality equipment is the A-Plus way. A-Plus delivers the best in customer service for Southeast Missouri. For all your care, we're always there. A-Plus Medical Equipment, located at 8 North Catalpa in Dexter. Call us toll-free at 888-624-0402.
You had Mikey Latham with 3, Drew Thornton with 2, Mac Thornton with 2, and that's their 7 points. Foul-wise, you've got John McGarity with 2, Mac Thornton, Drew Thornton, and Mikey Latham with 1 each. 5 fouls on the Richland Rebels in the first quarter. I would think that Coach Lynch from Van Buren would be very pleased with this first quarter play by his team.
Yes, for lack of better terms, very efficient play. They're not out there. There's a lot of hustle, but not a lot of fouling, and so good ball control.
Well, Heiberg, their big guy. I mean, it's hard to leave him on that bench. But he's got that turned ankle. Burke goes in for a shot. Nice dish off from Tucker to Burke as they collapsed on Tucker driving the baseline. Burke put it up. He was fouled. Foul on Drew Thornton, his second. Kyle Burke to shoot 2. First one good. Daisy and McGarity coming in. Drew Thornton and Tucker going out for their respective teams. Second one falls in, rattles around and goes down. 13-7. Richland working against the press. It's not a very high-pressured press. It's just enough to keep them from getting their momentum and going. They've got a foul on the floor as Nick Harris drove in. Foul is going to be on Blake Davis. Pardon me, Ian Newberry, his first. Richland controls the ball in their offensive end. Mac Thornton with the ball to Harris. Harris going to drive in, puts up a shot. It's going to be fouled by Daisy. Nathan Daisy, a 6'1 junior, commits his first foul, team's 4th. Going to the line to shoot 2 will be Nick Harris. Harris is a 5'11 senior, has yet to score in this game. First one by Nick, in and out. 7 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the first half, or second quarter that is. Next one good. Lathan coming in for Landon
Number
Miller.
20, Landon Miller.
Yep. I get those L's, Landon and Latham. Latham's the last name, Landon's the first name. And the old mind, after a few days, doesn't work like it used to. Oh, nice inlet pass that time, and good hands. Heiberg is in the game.
Yes, he is. You can see he's taking care of that right ankle.
He is, but I want to tell you
He's a presence.
That was a great inlet pass that time, and great hands by the big guy. Garrity gets the ball in. Once the ball's in, there's not a lot of pressure put on. Just as I say that, Freeze is trying to get all over Latham as he can. McGarity has the ball go off his hands, but picks it back up. Latham has the ball. He's driving. Gets it out to McGarity. McGarity from 15 will not go. Rebounded by Ian Newberry. Quickly down to Burke. Burke on the run. Puts it up. Won't go.
Didn't get the roll.
Rolled off the rim. I like to watch the emotions of high school players. I mean, he took that hard and it didn't go in. Burke did. 15-8 with 6:30 to go in this first half of play. We're in the second quarter. Van Buren's on top of Richland, and we've got a foul.
Looks like Corey Kennedy getting ready to come in for Van Buren, number 44.
Nick Harris with his first foul, team 6. He had a push-off. Referee's discussing what they want to do here. They're going to let Kennedy come in. Going out is Burke. Hey, that young man's played a good game. We've got a timeout on the floor with 6:28 to go in the second quarter. It's it's Van Buren 15, Richland 8.
There you go.
You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on White Sea TV. Well, Ed, we're kind of stumbling around today, but we were late getting here and getting set up. And to tell you what, when you get behind the 8 ball and you don't get to practice, that's the way you are. We'll get better, I promise you. If we don't, we'll get worse. But again, we just
we guarantee we're not going to maintain the status quo, though, right?
No. We want to tell you, though, we do appreciate all the fine folks here at the Bloomfield schools for all their cooperation in helping White Sea TV bring you all 26 games from this tournament. They're great folks to work with, and I will assure you, you will enjoy this tournament as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. Expect a big crowd. There's going to be some good ball games today. Ian Newberry with the ball for the Van Buren Bulldogs. Richland's come out in a man-to-man. Kennedy with the ball and has a ball tied up by Nick Harris. The ball on alternate possessions is going to go over to the Richland Rebels. Good defensive play. Kennedy brought that ball in front of Harris, and he just put both hands down there and tied him up. Latham inside to McGarity. Ball taken away by Newberry. I tell you, that kid is everywhere. I really like his intensity. He's small, doesn't score a lot, but by golly, he gives you everything he's got. Freeze puts up a shot, will not go. Harris with the rebound and on the run. Freeze reaches in. Is going to be called for a reach-in foul there. Tyler Freeze, his first one, team's 5th. 5:54 to go in this second quarter play. 15-8. Harris with the ball. Latham loses it. He comes up with the ball. Newberry gets it to Freeze. Freeze drives in, goes all the way, scores it.
Nice. Nice shot.
His second basket. He has 5 in the game. Latham to Thornton. Down to Harris. Harris drives the baseline, and we're going to have a foul on Cody Kennedy. Got him with the hip there. 5th team foul. I've got 16 foul on Van Buren. Both teams now are in the 1-1. Heiberg and Freeze are out for Van Buren. Black and Simmons are in for them. Harris with the ball. Set play, got a 3 coming up from Latham. Couldn't get it to go, but he gets the rebound as it tipped out to him. Harris with a drive. Goes inside, and we're going to have a walking call.
Newberry set to bring the ball down for Van Buren. Getting a few instructions from Coach Lynch.
He just does a good job setting that offense up, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Daisy has the ball go off his fingertips out of bounds. And Paul Lynch wants to talk to his team. So with timeout on the floor with 5:01 to go in the second quarter, it's Van Buren 17, Richland 8. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on White Sea TV.
What if sports were much more than just a game? And there was more at stake than just the score? What if it were possible to see the world impacted for Jesus Christ through the influence of athletes and coaches?
Hi, my name is Bill Ray. I'm the area representative for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes in Southeast Missouri. If you'd like to see athletes and coaches striving to win, doing it God's way, call me at 280-0932 or go to fca.org and put in your zip code. FCA, the heart and soul in sports.
That ought to do it.
Assuming you've done enough for retirement doesn't make much sense either. That's why you should invest with Edward Jones to make sure you're on the right track. Because 2 out of 3 Americans are unprepared for retirement. Don't be one of them. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
This game is a very, very slow-paced game, Ed, and it could be that both teams have played 2 days in a row. It's an early game. I got to think, though, that this is the pace that Van Buren would like to play.
I think so also. With the injuries they had, they're not very deep, saving those legs for the end of the game.
Well, it's fun to watch Paul Lynch coach. It's fun to watch Casey Knight coach. Both these two guys are two great coaches. They're both young. They do a great job. And I've got to say, this Bloomfield Christmas tournament last year turned the Richland Rebels season around. They ended up winning the consolation bracket, and they came out of nowhere to do that. They were the 15th seed team in the tournament. Ball off of McGarity out of bounds. It's a turnover on the Rebels. Controlling will be Van Buren out of bounds. Sam Simmons will inbound to Ian Newberry. I'll tell you, Newberry's not very big, but I guarantee inch for inch, he's a dandy. And they're going to have a walking call, just I got the bragging on.
I know it. You jinxed him, Bill.
I know it.
Mama Newberry going to be calling about that one.
Well, the cable doesn't reach over to Van Buren, so we're okay on that, unless he wants a DVD. Freeze, Tucker, and Burke in. Going out is Kennedy, Newberry, and Black.
Coach Knight just lets Drew Thornton keep on resting.
Well, Drew's not got in the flow of the game, and he's got 2 fouls. He knows he needs him at second half. Latham with a nice pull-up jump shot. Cans that. That ends a big dry spell. That's only the 3rd point for Van Buren, or for Richland this quarter. Freeze with the ball inside to Burke. He does a turnaround shot, puts it up, scores it. He's going to go to the line to try to convert on a 3-point play. He has 7 in the game. He has 4 in this quarter. He has 2 free throws. He's 2 for 2 from the line.
I believe there's Landon Miller on the foul there. His first. And here comes the big guy, Newberry, back in.
Freeze going out.
Not necessarily big guy by stature, but big guy is what he gets accomplished on the court for Van Buren.
Sure does. Burke's free throw scores it. He's 3 for 3 from the line. He has 5 in the quarter, 8 in the game. And looky here, down there almost took the ball away. Harris gets the ball back, gets it to Mac Thornton. He gets it over to Landon Miller, puts it up, and will not go. Heiberg is in the game for Van Buren. He's going very slow. Now, Heiberg can handle the ball and shoot the ball, and they really miss his presence. Nice pass down to Tucker, but ball tipped out. Burke outside for three. Can't get it to go. Rebounded on the floor to Latham. 20-10. Van Buren has slowly stretched this out to a 10-point lead. Latham with the ball. To McGarity to Latham. Latham puts up a shot. In and out, and it falls back in. Soft touch there. Mikey Latham, his first bucket of the second quarter. Has 5 in the game. 20-12. Tucker down. Gets the ball inside to Burke. Turn around. Makes it. Cal Burke making his presence felt inside the lane there. We've got an offensive foul. I believe it's going to be on Mikey Latham.
Yes, it is.
That's Latham's second foul, team's ninth. The next foul in this quarter will put Van Buren in the double bonus. Newberry has not scored. And the best I remember, he only had one yesterday's game, but boy, he played big in that game. First free throw, or his free throw is up, and he gets the bonus. I'm sorry, he had 4 free throws. He was 4 for 4. Next one up, scores it. All his points the last 2 days have been free throws. But again, his presence is he knows what to do. He gets the ball down the floor, plays defense very well, and he's around the ball constantly. 24-12, Van Buren with its biggest lead. Daisy with the near steal, but Richland gets it back. Skip passed over to Thornton. Looks for someone to pass to. Skips it over to Latham. Latham out in the corner for 3. Short. Rebounded by McGarity on the floor. He puts it up. Burke with a block. Out of bounds. And Richland will control under their own basket. Coming into the game for Richland is John McGarity. Going out is Mikey Latham. Black is in for Van Buren. Daisy is out for that team. Latham to inbound. Hits it to Harris. Nick with a drive, and we got a foul. Foul is going to be on Ian Newberry, his second. The team seventh, going to line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Nick Harris. He's 1 for 2 from the line so far. He has 1 point in the game. Free throw up. He'll get the bonus. Freeze in for Newberry for Van Buren. 2:47 to go in this first half. Been a fast half, but very slow play. Second one up, scores it. Harris now with 3, all from the free throw line. Tucker with the ball. He likes to work that right side, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Freeze has it. To Black. Black's going to drive in. He gets it out to Tucker. Tucker drives in the lane, puts it up, and we're going to have a charging foul. Great defensive play that time by
number 20 there, Landon Miller.
Landon Miller. That's going to be Tucker's third foul. Boy, Van Buren did not need that, I'll assure you.
No, they didn't.
With 2:30 to go in this first half of play, Van Buren 24, Richland 14. Both McGarrity's are in the game. Landon Miller for a shot. Will not go. Rebounded by Heilberg. Freeze has the ball for Van Buren. He's picked his dribble up. He gets it to Burke. Burke drives in, loses a handle on it, but goes to Daisy. Into Heiberg. Heiberg back to Daisy. Over to Freeze. Freeze was going to post up or square up and shoot the ball, and the ball was a little too high for him. Skip pass all across court from Burke to Daisy. He puts up a shot, won't go. Freeze in for the rebound. Keeps the ball alive. It's on the floor. We're going to have a jump ball. The ball will stay with Van Buren. Good hustle that time by Freeze. And Richland standing around. You know Casey Knight can't be happy with that. Richland should have had that rebound. They're just not going to the ball. I guarantee you he'll get that straightened out at halftime. Ball passed into Heiberg. You can tell yesterday he would have gone straight up with that shot. Today he couldn't go up with it with his ankle the way it is. Tried to pass into Burke that time. We're going to have a foul. Foul is going to be on.
Is that Nick Harris? They're going to get that on?
It's going to be on 33. It's going to be on John McGarity. Going to the line to shoot 2 is going to be Kyle Burke. He's 3 for 3 from the line, all in this quarter. Free throw up, will not go. Chad Tilley in for John McGarity. Tilley is a 5'10 senior. Also in is Bobby Billingsley. Going out is Jeremy McGarity. Second shot put up by Burke, will not go. Ball rebounded and tipped out of bounds by Van Buren. Turned over, or Richland will control the ball. Miller inbounds to Harris. Gives to Tilley. Tilley back to Harris. Mac Thornton with the ball, back to Harris. 1:10 to go in this second quarter. Harris inside, and we're going to have a walking call. Nick has tried to penetrate that about 3 times now, or maybe 4, and
same result.
2 times he's been called for walking, and Van Buren's defense is collapsing. They're clogging up that middle once they see him coming in. It's really giving him fits. He does a great job of driving in the center, and he's really having trouble against that zone. That's what a zone's supposed to do, is keep you from driving. Black in the corner, puts up a jump shot, misses, rebounded by Miller. Under a minute to go in this first period of play, 24-14. Miller with the ball, gets it out to Harris. Harris down to Thornton. Top of the key to Harris. Tilley over to Thornton. Harris with a 3-pointer. In and out. Ball tipped up, kept alive by
Chad Tilley.
Yeah, well, Chad Tilley comes down with the rebound, but Landon Miller kept that ball alive. Nice pass in to Miller. He couldn't control, though. Heiberg with the takeaway. Down to 4 seconds. Freeze has it. Top of the key for 3. Will not go. Tip up a daisy. It would have counted, but would not go in the first half of play. It's the Van Buren Bulldogs 24. The Richland Rebels 14. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college or career classes. Three Rivers affordable tuition
Means Pell Grants go further.
I can use A+.
I got a scholarship.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Glenn Saint Ford on Highway 49 North in Paragould is your Ford Mercury dealer. Glenn Saint in Paragould has great deals every day on all Ford and Mercury vehicles. We also have the best selection of pre-owned vehicles around. Glenn Saint in Paragould has an outstanding service department with some of the top technicians in the country. We're located on Highway 49 North in Paragould. Glenn Saint Ford, where our price and friendliness bring you here and our service bring you back.
Well, Ed, we're here at halftime. We want to get some stats, and we'll talk about the game, what Richland needs to do to get back in, what Van Buren needs to do to continue their lead here. For the Van Buren Bulldogs, Kyle Burke leads all scorers with 10 points. With 5 points, Tyler Freeze, 3 points to Brandon Tucker, 2 each to Nick Black, Ian Newberry, and Jack Heiberg. For Van Buren, they are 8 for 11 from the free throw line. So those 8 points are very big for them.
Coach Lance says he works that a lot in practice. So, he's going to get it out of him from the charity stripe.
Foul-wise for Van Buren, Brandon Tucker has 3, 2 to Ian Newberry, 1 to Tyler Freeze, Nathan Daisy, and Cody Kennedy. So that's the foul situation for Van Buren. For Richland, the Richland Rebels, 5 points to Mikey Latham, 3 to Nick Harris, 2 each to Landon Miller, Drew Thornton, and Mac Thornton. Free throw wise, 3 for 6 for the Rebels. Foul wise, John McGarity with 3, 2 fouls each to Mikey Latham and Drew Thornton, 1 foul to Mac Thornton and Nick Harris. You're Van Buren. What do you need to do to continue the lead?
Well, I think they need to do what they're doing and controlling the ball, maintaining and setting the pace. Certainly, I think Coach wants to get Brandon Tucker back in the ball game. He seems to give them a presence of driving to the lane that they miss when he's not in there and stuff. But you're more of a student of this game than I am, Bill, so you may have a differing opinion.
No, I think you're right. He would definitely like to have Heiberg in there. There's no ifs, no buts about that. Heiberg is a very, very big key to the Van Buren team. But as you can tell, he's very gimpy on that ankle. He has come in and give him some minutes, and that has helped relieve Kyle Burke, give him a few minutes to catch a breath. Both those guys are very big guys. And the pace that basketball is, whether you're in a slow pace or not, you're playing defense, you're playing offense, you're moving constantly.
Yes, sir.
And in a zone, you are moving. A lot of people think a zone's easier to play. Your responsibility on a zone is even more so than not. But let's talk about the Richland Rebels. The big thing I see with Richland Rebels, Drew Thornton is going to have to get in the game.
Yes, he is.
He had 2 points that first half. He was over 2 from the line. He had 1 field goal. When he was in the game, Van Buren was collapsing down on him. Richland kept trying to get the ball to him. They couldn't. They had a lot of turnovers right there. What they've got to do is Latham's got to start hitting from the outside.
Yes.
If they can hit 2 or 3 quick buckets from the outside, that's going to open up the center part down low, or Thornton's going to have to come up to the free throw line to get the ball and then make things happen from there. He's strong. He's got the upper body. He can handle the ball, and that will get him in the flow of the game. If Drew Thornton does not get into the flow of this game, it's going to be a long night for the Richland
Rebels.
Rebels.
It is.
Yep.
Yes. He gets such, well, as you said, such a presence on both ends of the court. And so he's got the ability to get inside, take it to the hole, but at the same time he can disrupt those shots on the other end.
Yep. Well, in case you don't recognize this face, you should by now. Ed Gargis is the regional manager for New Wave Communications, and Richland, or the Essex area, I should say, the Essex area, is in the New Wave Communications cable area. And you all offer high-speed internet. You also offer the telephone.
Yes, sir.
And you offer the cable, all sorts of channels. I can get more channels on that than I can even on the satellite. So I'm very happy with the services that I receive. The internet service, as we've talked about in the past, is very, very quick. And I think you got what's your speed that you can get now? Is it 10 meg?
10 megabyte download is our highest internet download speed. Our standard package is kind of a 6, which is about 4 times faster than DSL services, hundreds of times faster than dial-up. So, and then we also have, for those who don't do a lot on the internet, we have a slower speed of 512 kilobytes. So for those who just kind of like to tool around a little bit, do a little research maybe, or just some basic emailing and that sort of thing.
He's talking about me now.
Didn't mean to. Didn't mean to. So.
Well, Ed, I want to thank you for sitting in on this first half. We'll see you the second half. We'll see you, our folks, in just a moment. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
Imagine a future where one company could offer you cable, internet, and phone. Well, with New Wave, you get digital cable with DVR, HD TV, and an interactive guide. Unbelievable speed with high-speed internet. And now, even digital phone service, giving you unlimited calling coast to coast. All from one company. Welcome to the future. Call New Wave Communications now for great installation specials.
How are you doing today?
Doing great and wonderful.
Hello and welcome to What's Cooking in Our House.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Hometown Shorts.
Todd, welcome to the show.
Bill, thank you very much.
Year, so or this game tournament, so I'm not.
With a former All-State basketball player and a current school board member, the law firm of Welch, Todd & Parker supports high school athletics. Our firm is involved in all areas of the law, and your first consultation is free. The firm is comprised of attorneys John Welch, Darren Todd, and Cameron Bunning Parker, along with 4 staff members ready to serve you. Welch, Todd & Parker is located at 100 West Main in Malden. Come by or call us at 573-276-2261 for any of your legal needs.
Welcome back to the second half of the Richland Van Buren game at the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. I'm joined alongside. He's going to do a little play-by-play with me while Ed stepped out just a minute. He had a phone call he needed to take. This is Cameron Whitaker, great player last year for the Richland Rebels. Cameron, tell our viewers out there what you're doing now.
I'm playing ball at Hannibal LaGrange College on a pretty good scholarship on the varsity level, and it's going pretty well.
Good.
Pretty well.
Are you on the varsity team? Do they have a varsity, junior varsity?
Yes, sir. They have a varsity and a junior varsity. I'm on the varsity.
Oh, I can see why. How's the shoulder? You had a lot of shoulder problems last year.
It's getting a lot better. It's getting a lot better. I'm working on it real hard and getting it back to healthy as I can, and it's going a lot better.
I guess you play guard position?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's the difference between high school level and the college level?
Oh, I mean, the smartness and the toughness out there. I mean, at high school you could get away with a lot of things, but in college those little things, they make a big difference in there. You know what I mean? And the level of difficulty is a lot tougher too. So, I mean, it's quite a big difference.
Have you been keeping up with this game?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What does Richland need to do to overcome this 10-point deficit?
We need to play with an urgency. The other team wants it more. They're hustling after loose balls more than we are. I mean, we're not playing tough, but hopefully Coach Casey Knight gave him a good pep talk, and I believe he will, and we'll do a lot better the second half.
Well, the thing that I saw is Drew Thornton has 2 points, and Drew Thornton has not got in the flow of the game. And if Latham can start hitting from the outside, or Mac Thornton from the outside, or even Landon Miller, it's going to open up the center there where they can get the ball down to Drew. Right now, they know who the big guy is, and we said they may have to bring Drew up to the free throw line, extended there, to get him the ball, and he's strong enough that he can work it inside. Let's see what happens. Let's see if my old coaching ability still lack of coaching ability when I coached back in the early 70s still is as bad as it used to be. McGarity with a shot, will not go. Rebounded by Tucker for Van Buren. Tucker gets it, ball tip, gets the ball back. He's still driving, and he's going to drive in. We're going to have a blocking foul on Landon Miller, and boy, I hope he's not hurt. Those two guys look like 2 football players going at it.
Yeah, they do.
Second foul on Miller, first team foul on the Richland Rebels. Boy, Miller is he's shaking now, I'm telling you. That knocked the wind out of him, but he looks to be okay now.
He's a tough one.
He is tough.
Yeah, he's pretty tough.
He's had early injuries this season is what kept him from playing early. Heiberg is into the game for Van Buren. Freeze with the ball. Going to be tied up by Mikey Latham. You might be right. Coach Knight may have had a little chit-chat, and the sense of urgency may come out in Richland right now. The intensity has picked up a little bit. Van Buren will control the ball on the alternate possession of jump ball. Ball taken away by Drew Thornton. Gets it to Mikey Latham, down to Mac Thornton, and the Rebels have the ball. 7:10 to go in this third period. McGarity to Latham, over to Thornton. Down in the corner to Latham, out to Mac Thornton, into Mikey Latham, out to McGarity. McGarity in, puts up a shot, will not go. Mac Thornton with a rebound, puts it up and in. Good putback by Mac Thornton, his first bucket of the second half. He has 4 in the game, 24-16 with 6:50 to go. Newberry down to Tucker. Tucker almost out of bounds, threw the ball back. Daisy got it. To Tucker. Tucker puts up a 3 from the corner, no good. McGarity with the rebound, gives to Latham. You can tell the intensity has picked up for Richland.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That pep talk did something for him.
We'll talk about those pep talks here just when we get a break, okay?
Right.
Ball in to McGarity, and could not handle it. Van Buren with the steal, and what a nice save that time by Ian Newberry. Tucker with a turnaround shot, scores it. Brandon Tucker with his first bucket of the second half. He has 5 in the game. Back to a 10-point lead for Van Buren with 6:10 to go in this third period, 26-16. Miller with the ball out to Latham. Still a 2-3 zone. being played by Van Buren, and it's a very active 2-3 zone. Nick Black into the game for Van Buren, and a timeout is called with 6 minutes even to go. It's Van Buren 26, Richland 16. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on Y8C TV.
The absolute first thing is honesty is the best policy.
Treat people how you want to be treated. People keep coming back to Allen Christian because they get a good, honest, fair deal, and the service is second to none.
Just a family atmosphere with no pressure. We treat people right, and everybody seems to like it.
We try to take care of them the way we'd want to be taken care of, and our loyal customers know that. That's why they keep coming back, and we hope to continue that for a long time.
Come and experience how fun shopping can be in beautiful historic downtown Dexter. At Trinkets and Treasures, you will find a unique shop featuring charming antiques, gifts, and collectibles.
Customers come first at First Midwest Bank, located at 20 West Stoddard. Phone 624-3571. First Midwest Bank, chartered in 1963 and still locally owned and operated.
Whether redecorating or registering for your wedding, discover beautiful home decor at Decor.
I'm joined alongside start of the second half by Cameron Whitaker, a former player with the Richland Rebels, now playing college basketball, Hannibal LaGrange. What would Casey Knight, what would Coach Knight say since you said it in some of his talks at halftime? I know he couldn't have been happy with the play of Richland the first half.
He gets really frustrated about the things that they work really hard on practice, but they don't show it in the game. And he explains that into detail about the things that they're not doing that they do in practice, and he wants to play with that urgency like they do in practice. So, I mean, wants to make it like a game, practice like you play, you know what I mean? That gets us pretty pepped, ready to go.
Well, we'll see what happens. Again, Drew Thornton is not got into the flow of the game, but again, that's compliments to the Van Buren defense. They know what they have to do. They've got to they know he is the guy, the go-to guy for the Richland Rebels. And they're just really covering him up, making him play out of position. Heiberg is behind him. A three-pointer put up by Latham. Will not go, gets his rebound. Ball tipped out of bounds by Daisy of Van Buren. Freeze back into the game. Newberry coming out. 5:37 to go in this third quarter of play. Semifinal action of the consolation bracket. Thornton with the ball out front. Freeze is on him. To Latham. Inside to Thornton. It's the first time he's touched it this half. Ball put up, will not go. Rebounded by Van Buren. Daisy has it. He's on the run. Comes to the middle, pulls it back out, gives it to Burke, to Freeze, to Daisy. Richland in a man-to-man. They got to make things happen. Into Heiberg. He's going inside, puts it up, will not go. You can tell that ankle that he's got it heavily wrapped. He's only played maybe 5 minutes in this game. Didn't think he would get to play at all, according to Coach Paul Lynch. But he's in giving it all he's got. You can tell he altered his shot. Nice ball movement that time by the Rebels. Latham with a nice 12-footer. His first bucket of the second half. Quickly down, Van Buren. They tip the ball out. Landon Miller with 4 in the game. Ball off of the Bulldogs. The Rebels will control. Back in Simmons and Newberry for Van Buren. Also, Blake Davis. Going out is Daisy, Heiberg, and Black. Four minutes, 30 seconds to go. Richland with the ball. Latham has it. Gets it over to Nick Harris. Back to Thornton, to Latham. To Mac Thornton. What I'm noticing, Mack is not looking for a shot at all. He's looking to pass instead of squaring up, and they're backing off of him. And if he can pop one or two of those, that's going to open up everything.
Right, and get his confidence built up.
And now there's a nice backdoor cut and a good feed by Landon Miller. Mac Thornton with the bucket. He has 4 1/4, 6 in a game, 26-20. Richland back within 6, the closest they've been in a long time. Right. Burke with the ball, gets it to Freeze. Freeze is going to drive. puts up one off the board, will not go, and we're going to have a blocking foul. Foul is going to be on Landon Miller. It's going to be his third, the team's second of the first half. John McGarity is set to come into the game after the two shots, or after the first shot by Tyler Freeze. Freeze has 5 in this game. He had a big game yesterday. First shot is one of those that you don't want to talk about. Kennedy in along with McGarity. Going out is Burke and Miller. Second one put up by Freeze. In and out. Simmons with the rebound, puts it up, scores it. Van Buren back to an 8-point lead. Thornton has the ball. Nice control that time. Harris has it. Into the corner. We've got a push foul. Push foul is going to be on number 32, Sam Simmons for Van Buren. His first, team's first of the half. Anything you see?
I'm looking at the defense. It's picking up a lot more. That's what's bringing us back into the game. And Coach Case tonight, he's a real big believer in that defense.
Nick Harris with a nice jump shot, his first field goal. He has 5 in the game. He's 3 for 4 from the line and the field goal. 28-22. A nice steal by Mac Thornton. He's going to go in, puts it up, blocked by Freeze. Freeze got the ball for Van Buren. He drives down in the corner, pulls it back, gets it out front to Newberry. Newberry down under to Kennedy, and we're going to have a jump ball. Jump ball is going to go over to the Richland Rebels. Daisy back into the game for Van Buren. Going out is Tyler Freeze. Van Buren working, or Richland working against the press. Latham gets the ball across. McGarity has it out front to Thornton. 28-22, 2:40 to go in this third quarter of play. Harris has it out front. He's going to drive. Puts up a shot for the free throw line. Scores it. Harris likes that position right there. Richland back within 4. 28-24. McGarity with a slap with a steal. Also Latham has it. Gives it to Thornton. To Latham for 3. Will not go. Daisy with a rebound. Mikey Latham cold today.
Yeah, needs to get a little more patient with it. Let's start falling to him.
Nice backboard shot that time from the side by Sam Simmons. 30-24, 2:10 to go in this third period of play. Harris has it, gives it to Thornton. How you like his play-by-play?
Oh, it's going good. I like it. I'm enjoying it.
You may quit playing and start announcing. Did you know it? Inside to Thornton off the backboard, scores it.
Good move.
Drew Thornton with his first field goal to the second half. He has 4 tonight. That's the first time on the power move that we've seen Thornton really be able to do something. Daisy for 3, no good. Rebounded by Harris. We're going to have a foul on number 5, Blake Davis, his first, team second of the second half. 1:40 to go. Van Buren 30, Richland 26. Coming in for Van Buren is Burke, Freeze, and Tucker. Going out is Kennedy, Daisy, and Davis. We've got timeout on the floor with 1 minute, 40 seconds to go in this third period of play. It's Van Buren 30, Richland 26. We'll be right back in just a moment. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on White Sea TV.
Glen Motors has 2 great locations, Rector, Arkansas and Kennett, Missouri. Glen Motor in Rector has all makes, models of GMC Yukon, Sierra trucks, and Acadias. Glen Motors in Kennett has Chevrolet, Cadillac, Pontiac, Buick, and GMC trucks. Glen Motors located on Highway 49 North in Rector and 1607 Independence in Kennett. Glen Motors, where friends bring you here and service brings you back.
She turned around and left the cave, and I'm standing there by the pool of water alone, and it just brought up a whole bunch of issues that...
Tym piórze nie ma atramentu.
What?
I wtedy możemy zacząć dopiero pracować.
Using a broker you can't understand doesn't make much sense either. That's why Edward Jones speaks in a language you can understand. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. For the Edward Jones office nearest you, call 1-800-ED-JONES or visit edwardjones.com.
Well, Cameron, Richland's cut the lead by 6 already.
Oh yes, definitely defense. Definitely defense.
The defense has created the pace to be picked up. Richland needs to play at a faster pace. They don't like the slow down ball.
Oh
game.
yeah, oh yeah. Like to get out there and put it on the floor and look up.
On the other hand, I think Van Buren is wanting to play a slow-paced game. They'll take the fast break when they can.
Right.
But I think they want to try to keep it as slow as they can.
Yes, it is.
But Drew Thornton is now kind of got himself going into this game. But again, hats off to the Van Buren defense for keeping him out of the game. It's not that Thornton doesn't want in. Van Buren's keeping him from doing what he likes best.
Yeah, I hear you. He's a young player right now. He'll start learning more and more as he get older. And he's a great player already, but I mean, as he get older, he's going to start learning a lot more. It's going to be a lot tougher to guard him.
Van Buren, or Richland breaks the press. Harris with the ball, down in the corner, picks his dribble up, gives it to Latham. Latham to Mac Thornton. We're under a minute and a half to go in the third period of play, and the ball turned over. Freeze has it, loses it, but Tucker gets it for Van Buren. Ball kicked by Van Buren by Richland out of bounds. I don't know why I want to call Richland Van Buren Richland. It's been a long, long night. Simmons with the ball, gives it to Freeze. Freeze thought about it, pulled it back. Tucker has it on the side. Richland back in a 2-3 zone. Nice pass, feed from Burke down to Simmons. Simmons with 6 in the quarter, 6 in the game. Back to 6-point lead for the Bulldogs. McGarity with the ball. Gives it to Thornton. To Latham. Latham's been taken out of his game too because he's not being able to shoot. Ball thrown down to Thornton. Ball out of bounds off Richland. Van Buren will control. Daisy into the game for Brandon Tucker.
I was giving old Mikey a little pep talk. I was telling him his shot's not falling. He needs to do something else to contribute to the team, his defense or something. You know what I mean?
Well, he's just barely missing. I mean,
right.
He's catching a front part of the rim. And he just needs to put a little bit more oomph on it, get it over the front of that rim. Ball tipped out of bounds by Richland with 40 seconds to go in this quarter. Van Buren a chance to extend that lead. Simmons has it in the corner. To Freeze. Freeze working inside, loses the handle on it, gets it back, jump ball. The ball will stay with Van Buren. Coach Paul Lynch not very happy at that time. Coming in will be Nick Black. Coming out will be Tyler Freeze.
Notice he's doing a lot of rotation also.
Yes.
Van Buren coach.
Everybody on that bench is playing, I can tell you. They better stay awake because when they go in the game, they don't want to have to learn to, what's going on. They can watch.
All right.
And I think that makes it great. When you're a player and you know you're going to play, you'll keep up with what's happening because you don't want to go in and get embarrassed.
Exactly.
Good ball movement by the Bulldogs. We're down to 5 seconds. They've got a kicking violation on the Richland Rebels. Heiberg coming in for Simmons. Now what they're going to try to do, you can already see this. They're going to try to get the ball high to Heiberg or to Burke and then let him go. They go to Heiberg right there, puts it up, cannot go, rebounds, the horn goes off to end the third quarter. It's the Van Buren Bulldogs 32, the Richland Rebels 26. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place.
A great place to start college. Why pay university prices?
When the same classes at TRCC cost a lot less.
I can use A+. I get individual attention.
I'm close to home.
To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Tell you what, these Rebels are going to come out here and give this fourth quarter all they can do. It's So either win or go home game, and we've been in that situation many times, and hopefully we'll prevail.
Well, I made the comment earlier that this was probably this 1 week last year was what turned the Richland Rebels season around. You all came in here ranked 15th, got beat the first game.
Yes, sir.
Or it may have been 16th, I think it was. You were the last seeded team because you played Malden Green Wave, and they were first seed. And then, lo and behold, here you come back and you win the consolation side of the tournament, and nobody expected that.
Right.
And from that point on, Cameron, we can see the confidence that tournament gave you guys, and it really worked well for you.
Oh, yeah.
Again, Richland came in here, and I know they were upset the first night, but really it wasn't an upset. Number 8, 9 seed, that's just a flip of the coin, and they really haven't come out of it since.
Right.
So we'll see what happens here. Heiberg is going to stay in. He's walking very gingerly on that ankle. They're going with Burke and Heiberg. 8 minutes of basketball left of regulation ball. Nick Harris with the ball. Drives in, puts up a jump shot from 14. Will not go. Tucker with the rebound. Has the ball slapped away out of his hand, but gets it back. Daisy to Newberry. Ball off of the fingertips of Burke, but right to Daisy. And it's going to be a backcourt violation against the Van Buren Bulldogs. 7:35 to go in this fourth quarter, 32-26. Neither team has scored this quarter, and it's been a very low-scoring game.
Yes, it has. The defense from both teams.
I'm Bill Hampton along with Cameron Whitaker sitting in this second half. Good ball movement by the Rebels. McGarity in, puts up a shot off the board, will not go, tipped up. Heiberg was trying to get a hold of it, and he tipped it, like to tipped it in. Newberry quickly to Freeze, or to Daisy, who gets it inside to Tucker on a turnaround, can't get it to go. 7 minutes to go. You can see the legs are a little bit tired. McGarity with the ball inside to Drew Thornton. Thornton, a nice pass over to Mac Thornton. He couldn't hold it. Skip pass over to Mikey Latham off his fingertips. He's driving, puts up a shot from the jump shot free throw line, scores it. Mikey Latham, his first basket of the second half. He has 7, 32-28. But take away by Mac Thornton. He's on the run. Thornton drives in, puts it up, and scores it.
Richland basketball for you.
Mac Thornton with a drive, and the foul's going to be on Ian Newberry, his third. The team's third of the second half. And Richland now is within 2 and a chance to cut it to 1 with timeout on the floor with 6:33 to go. It's Van Buren 32, Richland 30. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
Come and experience how fun shopping could be in beautiful historic downtown Dexter.
If you're looking for floral, framing, and gift ideas, check out Weber's Ben Franklin. Also, Weber's Ben Franklin has cards for all occasions.
Cameron, a lot of intensity now picked up. I mean, it really has for the Richland Rebels. You can see it's like you said, either get after it or let's go home.
Exactly. I like the intensity of both teams. They're starting to play in this fourth quarter. The little 2 minutes that went by, the defense has picked up on both teams, and the intensity has picked up, and it should be a good one.
Yep. Well, we're going to find out with 6:33 to go in the game who wants it the most. A lot of fans starting to come in. Of course, Twin Rivers always brings a lot of fans. They play the next game.
A big fan base.
Yeah, the winner of this game, Twin Rivers and Kennett, will meet the winner. The winner of this game that you're watching will meet the winners of Twin Rivers Kennett in the consolation final. And I want to tell you, Twin Rivers got a good team. Kennett goes very deep. Kennett plays 10, 11 guys. Yesterday, 10 of them scored. They know how to get up and down the floor, I can tell you that. So it should be a very fun game to watch.
Yes, it should.
Mac Thornton with a chance to bring his team within 1. It's close as they've been in a long time. Free throw up, scores it. Thornton was 7 in the half, 9 in the game. Daisy with the ball to Newberry. 32-31, under 6.5 to go in this game. Burke with the ball in the corner, skips it to Tucker. Tucker's going to drive. Puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Nick Harris. Taken away by Sam Simmons. He saves the ball, gets it to Daisy.
It's a nice hustle play right there.
Very good hustle. This game has really picked up. You can tell both teams want it.
Definitely.
Tucker comes away with the ball, goes inside, gets it over to Daisy, out of bounds, going to be turned over to the Richland Rebels. Tyler Freeze coming back into the game. For the Van Buren Bulldogs, going out is Brandon Tucker. McGarity to inbound for the Rebels. 6 minutes even to go in this game. Thornton to Thornton. Richland breaks the press. Latham with the ball at the top. Working against Newberry to Thornton. Thornton inside, gives it to Drew Thornton. Puts it up, will not go. That tipped out of bounds by, off of the leg there of Burke of Van Buren. And Richland will control the ball under their own basket. Latham to inbound, gets it to Drew Thornton, to Harris. Skips it over to Latham, to Mac Thornton. Tell you, good ball movement, good patience by the Richland Rebels.
This is what
Harris goes inside, and we're going to have a walking call. 5:17 to go in this game, 32-31.
Going to be a nail biter.
Well, we haven't used that one. We always say barn burner or dandy, but now we got a nail biter. So that's good. Skip pass out to Newberry. He gives it over to Freeze. Freeze for three. Scores it. Tyler Freeze. His first points of the second half. He has 8 in the game. 4:50 to go. 35-31. Van Buren on top of the Rebels. Ball off the side of the foot of Nick Harris. Down to McGarity, inside to Drew Thornton. He gets it to Mac Thornton, puts it up short. Rebounded by Simmons, taken away by Thornton, tipped up by Mac Thornton, scores it. Mac Thornton with 5 in the quarter. 11 in the game. Burke down in the corner, skips it to Newberry. 35-33, Van Buren leads by 2. We're down to 4:10 to go in the game. Oh, nice pass into Simmons. Foul on Mac Thornton. His second, team's third. Both teams with 3 fouls in this half, Cameron. So each team a long way from a 1-1.
Oh, yeah. That might end up what it comes down to, the one with the free throw shooting. So this is going to be a pretty close one.
Well, Van Buren has shot the ball very well from the free throw line. Burke gets it to Simmons. Simmons from the free throw line with a shot. Will not go. Rebounded by Mac Thornton. Richland with a chance to tie or take the lead. Tie with a 2, take the lead with a 3. Harris with the ball. Freezes on him. Gives it to Latham. Newberry's on him. Latham kicks it out to Mac Thornton. To Harris. Harris to Latham. To Drew Thornton down to McGarity. McGarity with a turnaround jump shot. Will not go. Rebounded by the smallest man on the court, Ian Newberry. I'd like to know how many rebounds he has tonight.
Tell you what, that Van Buren is a really hustling team.
They are.
Everybody
They
likes to
hustle.
bust
They're
their
very
butt.
scrappy, and that's a compliment. That's not putting them down by any at all. I mean, they get everything out of everybody they can.
It's a good
Mac
steal.
Thornton with a steal, goes over the layup, ties it up. Mac Thornton with 7 in the quarter, and we've got timeout on the floor with 3:12 to go in this game. It's all tied. Van Buren and Richland 35 all. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV. How are you doing today?
Doing great and wonderful.
Hello, and welcome to What's Cooking in Our House.
Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Hometown Shorts.
Todd, welcome to the show.
Bill, thank you very much.
Year, or this game tournament, so I'm not.
Well, Cameron, we said that Thornton would have to come out the second half to have a good game. I wasn't anticipating Mac Thornton to be the one to carry the team, but right now he has 11 points in this half, 13 in the game, and it makes no never mind to the Richland Rebels, who it is. They just want to advance to another day's game.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And starting his points, they're coming from defense, off of steals and good hustle plays, and that's what Richland's all about.
Very well noted. Very well noted. Like you said, his points coming off the defense and the penetration on offense, getting down under the bucket. He doesn't like to shoot from the outside, or he's been very tentative about that. I've noticed that.
Oh, yeah.
They let Latham do the outside shooting. Newberry will cross the timeline. Latham's on him. Richland in that man-to-man. Inside to Burke. He goes up, and he's going to be fouled. Foul is going to be on Landon Miller. It's going to be his team's fourth of the half. Kyle Burke to the free throw line. He is 3 for 5 from the line. He has 10 in the game. Has not scored in this half. Scores the first one. Second one up, scores it. Oh, I tell you what, Richland's really hustling right now. Or Van Buren's really hustling. We've got a jump ball. The ball's going to stay with the Van Buren Bulldogs. Van Buren really putting the press on, and it's bothering the Richland Rebels. Miller coming out, McGarity coming in. Inbounding for Richland will be Nick Black. Good screen and roll underneath. The ball batted out of bounds by Richland. 2:51 to go. It's getting down to crunch time.
It's getting really close, really close.
Been a great spectator game for you folks. Hope you've enjoyed watching as much as we have. Bring it to you. Black couldn't get anybody open. Tried to bounce it off Drew Thornton's foot. Instead, it goes to the Richland Rebels.
Might wanted to call a timeout on that one.
Latham down to McGarity. Nick Harris has it over to Mac Thornton. Down to McGarity working that baseline. Good patience by Richland. They're spreading the court very well. Nick Harris has it. Inside to Drew Thornton. He puts it up. You can almost bank that one. Take that one to the bank. His first bucket of the fourth quarter. He has 6 in the game. We're down to 2 minutes to go in this game. Tied up, 37-all. Consolation semifinal game. Ian Newberry with a drive. Has the ball knocked out of bounds. Tyler Freeze in the game for Van Buren. Going out is Nick Black. Well, this reminds me of your all's championship game last year in that consolation bracket.
Oh yeah. Brings back memories. We just wish I could have played in it, but I mean, injury kept me crippled, but I mean.
That's right. You had hurt your shoulder the game before. Freeze with the ball. Gets it to Tucker. Tucker inside. He's going to be fouled on the floor. Foul is going to be on Mikey Latham, his third. The team's team's fifth of the half. Neither team into 1-1. Simmons with the ball, gives it to Tucker, to Newberry. We got a timeout on the floor. Coach Paul Lynch got afraid of that 5-second call out there. He called timeout with 1:35 to go in this game, tied up 37-all. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YC TV.
Three Rivers Community College is a great place.
A great place. A great place to start career training.
At TRCC, I'm getting training for a good job with a good salary.
Three Rivers has high-tech equipment, great instructors,
and convenient classes. To learn more, go to trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Get started at TRCC.
Cameron, you may have come up with a new thing for us. This is going to be a nail biter. If you're a fan of Van Buren or you're a fan of Richland Rebels, for me as a announcer, always like to say we've got a barn burner brewing here at Bloomfield tonight. I can tell you that. So, this has been a dandy for sure. What are you majoring in college?
I'm majoring in physical therapy and sports medicine along that field.
Good. It seems to be very popular today. Sports medicine's come a long way. A lot of nagging injuries and can get those guys back into action much, much quicker.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
School going okay for you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. School's going really good.
Well, with 1:35 to go in the game, Van Buren will have the ball out on the sideline in their front court. Tyler Freeze will inbound. Richland is in a man-to-man, and they have been pressuring this, especially the last few minutes. They're going to set a pick for Ian Newberry, hopefully to get it into him. Instead, they get it to Tucker. Tucker driving the baseline, pulls back out. Gets it to Tyler Freeze. Back to Tucker. Tucker's driving in, loses a handle on the ball, but they called a foul on Drew Thornton. His third, team 6. The next foul on Richland will send Van Buren to the free throw line for 1-and-1. They're going to call that on the floor. Freeze to inbound. Gets it out front, ball tipped by McGarity and taken away. And the ball just went out of bounds. What a nice defensive play by McGarity.
Nice defensive play.
He really hustled that time. 1:19 to go. Still 37-all. Van Buren's having trouble getting the ball in bounds. They get it into the front court. Burke has it. Puts it to Freeze. Freeze drives in, puts up a shot, scores it. Tyler Freeze with a power drive there, 5 1/4. He has 10 in the game. Drew Thornton with the ball, back to Mack. 1 minute exactly left of this game, Cameron. Mack Thornton with the ball, tipped out of bounds by Brandon Tucker of Van Buren. 51.8 seconds. We're going to have a timeout on the floor by the Richland Rebels. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
Imagine a future where one company could offer you cable, internet, and phone. Well, with New Wave, you get digital cable with DVR, HD TV, and an interactive guide. Unbelievable speed with high-speed internet. And now, even digital phone service, giving you unlimited calling coast to coast. All from one company. Welcome to the future. Call New Wave Communications now for great installation specials.
What's Casey Knight going to tell his players now? They're down 2. They just need 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead. What's he going to tell them? What type of plays are going to work?
It's going to work something to get someone to get down low. We'll get Drew involved in it. He might work it inside out the game, and he's going to tell them to get back and get a stop on defense. And everything will be all right.
I think you've sit in on that timeout before because that's just what everybody's thinking. They're going to have to get Drew Thornton in.
Right.
He is the clutch player. Or get Mack Thornton to drive or get Nick Harris to shoot that ball from around the free throw line. Or if they can get Mikey Latham open for that 3, Latham can it.
Oh, yes, definitely. He's a good shooter. I call him my protege.
Does he like that?
Oh, yeah, he loves it.
Okay, all right. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know if that was a compliment to him or not.
Yeah, he loves it. I've been working with him, and he's really stepping up as a sophomore and everything.
Well, folks, we are down to 51.8 seconds. Richland in a must-need basket. Still a lot of time, but they don't want to have to go down and foul because Richland will be in the 1-and-1 on the next foul by the Richland Rebels. Ball into Latham. And we're going to have a charge foul against Mikey Latham. It's going to be his 4th. Ian Newberry with the defense that time. Tyler Freeze to inbound for Van Buren. Can't get the ball in bounds. Well, both teams having trouble inbounding the ball from the sideline there.
Oh, yeah.
You noticed that?
I've been noticing that.
They get it back to Burke. Down to 45 seconds. Freeze across the timeline. Tucker with the ball, and he's going to be fouled by Nick Harris. Nick Harris, his second foul. Going the line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Brandon Tucker. He is 1 for 2 from the line. That was in the first quarter. He has 5 in the game.
As I said earlier, this is going to come down to a free throw game. Who can make the free throws at the clutch?
Tell you what, you know it. Shot up and good. Daisy coming into the game. Burke going out. 38.2 seconds. Van Buren with a 3-point lead. Free throw up, scores it. 4-point lead by Van Buren. Harris with the ball. Gives it to Latham. Into Drew Thornton. He puts it up. Will not go. But McGarity with a rebound, and we're going to have a foul on the floor. Foul is going to be on number 32. It's going to be Sam Simmons, his second, team's fourth. Sam Simmons' third foul. Team's fourth. Drew Thornton with the ball to Harris. Harris drives in, puts it up, scores it. Nick Harris with a power drive at times, 6.5. He has 9 in the game. Clock is running. 25 seconds to go. Van Buren with the ball. Simmons has it. And we're going to have a foul by Drew Thornton with 19.4 seconds to go. His fourth. Going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Will be Tyler Freeze. Freeze is 0 for 2 from the line. .41-39. Very important free throws.
Very important.
Official scores talking to one of the officials there.
I recall going to the line at this situation when we put off that upset of South Penn my sophomore year, I believe it was. When Richland upset at South Penn, it was around this score. We were up 2 points, and I was at the free throw line with clutch free throws, and luckily I got him in. We ended up winning the game by 4 points, I believe. It was a good game. I don't know if you recall it.
Oh, I do recall that, yeah. Officials are discussing, I don't know either who got fouled or what they're going to do. They go to the free throw line or what, but we'll see what's going to happen here. Wish we had the ref mic'd up, Randy Winston, so we could hear what they're talking about.
I wouldn't mind hearing what he had to say.
Okay. Changing the time to 17.4 seconds. From 19.4 to 17.4. Not sure why, but they did. Took 2 seconds off the clock. Tyler Freeze to the line. He's a 5'9" junior. Free throw is up. Scores it. Gets the bonus. The next foul by Richland will put Van Buren in the double bonus. Second one up, scores it. 4-point lead, 2-possession game now. Harris quickly down the floor. Gets it to Mac Thornton. Mac Thornton inside, going to have a foul on the floor.
Still got one more to give, so they go to 1-and-1 on.
Tyler Freeze with this second foul, team's fifth. You're right, Cameron. They still have one to give. 11.4 seconds. Drew Thornton in the corner. Out to Nick Harris. Harris to Latham for three. Scores it. Van Buren does not even have to inbound the ball. 7/10 of a second to go. Mikey Latham with a three.
That was a good, nice clutch shot, but could have got one earlier, but I mean, it was a good shot. Good clutch shot.
Van Buren was sitting in a position at that time they did not even have to inbound because they had 5 seconds to get it in. and they got it in. They got fouled. Tyler Freeze with the ball. 7/10 of a second to go. Freeze just at the free throw line just a minute ago. He gets 2 shots. They're in the double bonus. First shot up, he scores it. Now, Coach, are you going to tell him to miss this one? Are you going to tell him to make it because they still have time with 7/10 of a second to score from a three-pointer on inbound play? He missed it, and the horn's going to go off. That's going to end the first semifinal game of the consolation bracket. The Van Buren Bulldogs come out victorious over the Richland Rebels by a score of 44-42. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the recap in just a moment. You're watching the 51st Bloomfield Christmas Tournament on YHC TV.
Hey, Bob. Yeah, have you disinfected the area?
Please dial 1.
Good. Now make a 3-inch incision between the 4th and 5th abdominal muscles.
Shouldn't you be doing this?
It's really straightforward. Listen, I gotta go, Bob. I'll talk to you later.
Making important financial decisions on your own doesn't make much sense either. That's why Edward Jones prefers meeting clients face to face. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Well, this game just completed. We're going to give you the final stats on it. Visit with Cameron Whitaker just another minute before we get started on the next game. For the victorious Van Buren Bulldogs, they were led in scoring by Kyle Burke with 12, or with Tyler Freeze with 13, Kyle Burke with 12. 7 points to Brandon Tucker, 6 to Sam Simmons, 4 to Ian Newberry, 2 each to Jack Heiberg and to Nick Black. For the and they were 8 for, well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They shot 19 free throws in that second half. And they were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they were 15 for 19 for the game for the free throw line. Like you said, free throws will win or lose this game.
Oh, yeah.
How right you were, Cameron. For the Richland Rebels, they had 13 by Mac Thornton, 10 by Mikey Latham, 9 by Nick Harris, 6 by Drew Thornton, 4 by Landon Miller. Free throw wise, they were Richland 5 for 8 from the line. Richland takes a tough loss right there.
Oh, that was a real tough one. That was a real tough one. Knowing the first game we should have been in the right side of the bracket, but I mean, it happens. They're a young team and they can only get better.
Well, again, we want to thank Ed Gargas coming in, sitting in the first half. Cameron Whitaker, a former player at Richland, now playing college basketball in Hannibal LaGrange. Good luck to you, young man, on your career, and come back and join us again. Let us know how things are going.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You're more than welcome. Again, for Cameron Whitaker and Ed Gargas, I'm Bill Hampton. You've been watching high school basketball on YHC TV.
Coach Paul Lynch, Van Buren Bulldogs, just off a good victory over the Richland Rebels. A good game. Went late, of course. Expected that, I'm sure. How'd you feel about today?
Well, it was day 3, and it was sloppy. It was a sloppy game by both teams, but we found a way to pull it out.
Semifinals, nonetheless. Like I said, right side of the bracket, left side of the bracket. I can't tell a lot of difference, to tell you the truth. Richland's a good team. They've been in some battles already this year, and this was just another one of them. How'd it go late there? I know it took some coaching, some maneuvering. How do you handle some of that stuff?
Well, Richland is a very talented team, and had a good schedule this year. We just battled to the end. We were 15 for 20 from the free throw line, so that really played a big role. We didn't have a big man as much today, coming off of an ankle injury, but he gutted it out and gave us some minutes. But everybody else stepped up and filled the role.
Tell him to ice that and tape it or whatever tomorrow. Cortisone shot, whatever you need.
Anything.
What about tomorrow? Of course, you're going to see Kennett or Twin Rivers. What's your thoughts there, Coach?
Well, both teams are solid. We're going to have our hands full with either one. Like I told the boys, our goal was to be here on day 4, and we're there. And since we're here, we might as well go ahead and make the best of it. So
might as well
throw it all out there and see how it falls.
And your kids, and we might have touched on this yesterday a little bit, but they're kind of basketball players. You bring in that 7th, 8th, 9th player, and they just kind of know how to play basketball. Van Buren's got a good little basketball tradition. They know about this tournament, and they seem to respond well to the coaching. How's that going for you?
Well, Van Buren has an excellent tradition, and it's a great place to coach. It's a great place to be. Our kids really work hard. We don't have any superstars. We've got a lot of kids that just do what they're capable of doing, and that's they bought into the team concept, and we're coming around.
Really like Heiberg's tournament so far. Like I said, he limited minutes in the first half. Probably hurt you, but you still had a comfortable lead where you didn't have to maybe overuse him.
Yeah, we at halftime we were up, kind of faltered a little bit second half, but Sam Simmons stepped up for us and had another good game. And not the same without having Jack in there, but we're hoping that he'll be able to go for us tomorrow night.
They did the same thing yesterday in talking about the Dexter game. They made that little run right at the start of the third quarter, and your kids weathered that storm, and then we're right back in it. So.
Yeah, I don't like those rules. We'd be more happy without them, but yeah, they showed a lot of guts.
Shorter half times maybe in order. Coach Paulette, see you tomorrow. Good luck to you.
Appreciate it.
Coaches Interviews brought to you by Charlie Flanagan, Edward Jones Financial Advisor in Dexter. 573-624-3528.
Had Coach Casey Knight with us just after the semifinal of the consolation round defeat. Coach, what do you think of the game?
It was a tough game. We knew it was going to be a tough game. We knew they were a scrappy bunch, a good bunch, and we obviously a tough loss to swallow coming up short, but felt like we found a way to hurt ourselves and beat ourselves in a way. There in that second half, our tempo was up. We were playing some of the best ball we've played, and it wasn't quite there in the first half.
Definite noticeable better second half. Drew had set out several minutes in the first half. I didn't know exactly, and probably foul trouble.
And foul. He picked up 2 early, so
right.
He said a lot in the second quarter there.
And then, like I said, a good second half. I know your kids responded well, come out good after halftime. What'd you change?
Well, I mean, we've been battling with this all year in practice and in games also, and I think a lot of it's our youth and just inexperience. Our seniors really hadn't been a leader before, so just question them in the locker room of how long are we going to continue to beat ourselves, so to speak, and they responded well, but come up a little short.
Because they do. When that bunch kind of gets it going and doing things right, they look awfully smooth, and it's awful fluid, and just make some, probably some young errors late in the game that frustrate you, I know.
Yeah, I think it's going to be growing pains for us. Back when we played Porterville here, we were doing little things that we should be able to control, and that was hurting us, turning the ball over and this and that. I felt like tonight was more of just our energy. We didn't come out with that. That just up tempo and ready to just take it to them.
Well, the third day is usually a tough day. You got to kind of push through the wall. You got to kind of pull some magic out of a hat, so to speak, and probably legs starting to give out a little bit. And being off school, this is to me when it really starts to catch up.
Oh, definitely. We try to prepare for it, but there's really no way to prepare for it, and maybe the legs were a little bit, but I think it's just something we're going to have to find a way through because we can be that good team and we got a lot of talent. We just got to learn to bring it all the time and take advantage of it.
What do you have first of the year? When do you start back?
Next Thursday we have East Prairie at home, and then the next day we got Bell City at Bell City. So no break.
An easy opening 2 games for you.
Exactly.
Well, that's fun, and I know this time of year from here on it really is. You're kind of in the middle of the heat, so to speak. So
well, that's like I told the boys. I said we can go on a roll from here, or and change our ways and quit beating ourselves, or we can get our daubers down and do that roller coaster year. So hopefully we got a lot of getting better to do. So hopefully we'll continue to do it.
They'll do it. Good luck to you, Coach.
Thank you.
Look forward to it.
Coaches Interviews brought to you by Charlie Flanagan, Edward Jones Financial Advisor in Dexter. 573-624-3528.